Hi, I'm Felipe.
And I am Paula.
We've been doing acquisitions and sales for Homeinc for the past 5 years. And we're going to talk today a little bit about the steps of buying your dream house.
The first thing that you need to do, of course, is to start looking for a house. But before that, you want to start saving some money for the down payment.
Absolutely. So places like your geographical selection, where you want to be, knowing the neighborhood, those are your first steps. And before even talking to a realtor, the first thing you should do is go get pre-approved. You can talk to a mortgage lender, you can go after a bank where you have a relationship, but getting that out of the way, even before talking to a realtor or a professional that's going to help you out through the process, is going to save you a lot of time and headache.
Yeah, the reason for that is because they're going to request a lot of documents that you need to put together, as well as your credit score, and have a few steps until you get pre-approved. So once you get pre-approved and you know which house you want to buy, then we're going to go to the next steps.
So now you're pre-approved, you're ready to move forward to talking to a realtor. Find a professional where you feel comfortable and safe, and you can put all your ideas and plans together. At that point, he's going to start doing a search for you based again on zip code, city, or even a larger geographical area where you want to find your house. Give him the specs of what you're expecting. Are you buying a single family home? Are you buying a townhouse, a condo, a multifamily? And you're going to start doing your search and shopping around.
So after you guys have decided which house you want to buy, the realtor is going to assist you in writing down an offer. So you're going to send the offer to the seller, and the seller can counter the offer, or they can just accept the offer that you sent to them.
Wow, congratulations. Now you're under contract on your deal. At this point, there's a few super sensitive steps that must be taken by the buyer. You want to go through your inspection period. Make sure you have a contingency of at least 7 days, ideally up to 15 days on a house, where you're going to hire a professional inspection. Make sure you have a 7 to 15 day inspection period on the house, where you can hire a professional inspection company. That company will go over all the major four topics of your house: structural, electrical, plumbing, and AC. Those are the 4 elements that will basically cover and make sure that you're buying a safe investment.
Once your inspections are approved, also you're going to have an appraisal from the bank. And then along with the appraisal of the bank, which is going to determine if the house, the amount that you're purchasing the house for is fair and they can give you the loan for it, you're also going to have the insurance. And that's one of the reasons why you also want to do the inspection. So after the appraisal is done, the prices are in accordance to what the bank can lend you. It's in accordance to your loan. That's when you're going to move forward on to the next step. Then you're going to move forward on to the closing date. If everything goes well in the inspection period, in the appraisal, and with insurance, with everything, then we're going to move on to the closing day.
So talking a little bit about closing, make sure you have a title company that feeds all your needs. Someone reliable, someone professional. Usually title companies are run by lawyers. Make sure you check on their reputation and know who you're dealing with. Here at Homeinc, we work with DiGiori Legal Group, the title company owned by a lawyer, and it's been in business for over 10 years. We handle all our transactions with them, and we definitely recommend them. So the title company is basically in charge of running your title search. So that's the history of documents that basically lead into the closing. We call it chain of title. So we're checking hey, is there any foreclosures related to this property? Is there any documentation pending on the background of documents over here? And also you're going to run a lien search against the property, making sure there's no utilities open, there's no liens against the property from previous contractors or anything like that. So that's the title company job, making sure all your documentation is safe and in place for a smooth closing. On a retail traditional deal, you're looking somewhere between 30 to 45 days, depending on the type of contract you have and the financing type you have. You could have an FHA, a conventional, a VA mortgage, and those will vary somewhere between 30 to 45 days. That's the average time on closing on a deal. And your title company should run you through the process from the day you go on the contract, to the inspections, to the appraisal, to insurance, to the closing. That's their process, and the time frame is somewhere around there.
And now, congratulations, you've purchased your house. After the closing is done, This is the entire process, and then you have the keys, you have the documents transferred over, you have a deed under your name, and the house is going to be your family's. And now I just wanted to mention, Felipe, one little difference between when you purchase a house with a mortgage and when you buy a house cash. What's the main difference that you see there?
So if you're buying a house cash, there's some shortcuts that you can take in order to move forward with a faster closing, right? So if you buy a house with a mortgage, if you're getting a loan out of it, you're going to have to fill out all the needs from the bank or from the private lender that is giving you that mortgage. So let's adjust that a little bit. So the major difference between buying a house in cash and buying with a mortgage is through the cash transaction, you can have a few shortcuts, making the closing faster and more efficient a little bit. When you're getting a mortgage, when you're getting a loan out of a house, you got to go through an underwriting process with the bank, meaning that you got to follow step by step on the requirements on like title searches, lien searches, appraisal, inspections and insurance. And when you're dealing with a cash buyer, all that amount of time is basically compressed since it's a cash transaction. So there's not all those underwriting processes out of it. So when you're talking about a retail transaction in general, from the moment that you decide like, hey, I'm going to buy a house or I'm going to sell a house, getting pre-qualified, finding a realtor, going through the process and getting to the close can take you anywhere from like 4 to 6 months. When you're dealing with a cash transaction, now you're looking into like something as fast as like 21 days.
Yeah, that's right. So it's shortcut. It's a huge shortcut because you don't have to go through any inspections or anything like that. And once you're done, we always recommend you to do your own inspections, do your due diligence, because at the end of the day, it's a piece of property. But yeah, after that, the house is yours and you're ready to celebrate.
Yeah. So that's what we do at Homeinc. We're cash buyers, so we can move fairly fast. We close houses as fast as like 7 days if needed. Again, we have a full legal team that can handle the title search, lien search, things we just mentioned. We have a full group of agents over here that are 24/7 taking calls and helping you fill your needs and giving you the options of like what routes can we go if you're considering selling. So please give us a call or visit us on the website or social media is available. We're buying houses. That's what we do.
That's it for today. We'll see you next time.
Bye.